everyone was just lapping it up. They were eating the sausages, eating the fish one after the other, and everything. After they ate, we told them, "Do you know what you ate was vegan?" So they were completely blown away. They was like, "What?" So
Welcome back to another fascinating episode of Circee Health Pod.
Riveting.
Riveting, exciting, fascinating, so many adjectives. Today we are super excited to have yet another special guest with us for more enlightening information and discussion. Ajoy?
So today we have a really special guest, like Dr. Jenny said. She is a graphic designer by training. She has done event managements and she has taught. And she's actually been a vegan executive chef for Granny's Bowl. And without much further ado, before I say that, she actually now is helping consulting for people who want to bring more plant-based dishes to their menu. So without further ado, I present to you Jayalaxmi Rai. Jayalaxmi?
thank you so much, Ajoy. Thank you so much, Dr. Jenny. It's so great to be on board with you all and have this lovely conversation.
Okay, so my first question is, this is actually something we've been asking all of our guests
Yeah.
recently. What does it mean to you to be vegan? What is your interpretation of the word vegan?
So to me, veganism is all about being kind in every way possible. I think to put it in a nutshell, that's the best way to put it. It's like just be kind, whether it's to your fellow human beings, to animals, to the planet, to yourself, especially. I think kindness is one way to put it. So that's what it means to me. And of course, everyone knows the main core of being vegan is not consuming any animal products, not wearing it, not using it, not consuming them, all sorts, that sort of thing. 8 years back, my brother went vegan first, and he used to go on pestering us to watch Earthlings, go on and try to show us videos. And I was a hardcore non-vegetarian. By hardcore, I mean like really bad. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner used to be like something or the other that was non-vegan. So eggs and chicken and fish. So no connection there. Only I used to not consume meat because as a kid, that's goat meat, because as a kid I saw a goat being slaughtered. So that was something I used to stay away from. So, but I didn't make the connection with the other animals. So he used to go on pestering me. We used to even tease him and things like that. But then actually, one of my friend Melina also told me like you have to watch Earthlings, because even she went vegan after watching it. When I saw Earthlings, I couldn't sit through the entire movie. It was I'm not someone who's moved to tears very easily, but when I saw Earthlings, I could not see the whole thing. I was sobbing away as well. So that triggered off the change. And then I joined this yoga course in Dubai at that time. It was called SSY, Siddhi Samadhi Yoga. So over there, one of the instructors spoke about the cruelty in the dairy industry, and also I used to love KFC. So, and he spoke about how, I don't know whether KFC is doing it, but he said certain industries also have started generating chickens that are featherless and headless. So I was shocked. I mean, that's when I said, "What has humanity come from?" So that right there and then, I gave up meat and milk. But I was so bad at. I was still so addicted to cheese. So it took me 1 year to give up cheese. It's only after I experimented and you know came up with, and once I found vegan cheese in the market, that's when I gave up cheese as well. I was guilty for that 1 year for doing it, but it took me that long. You know. So meat was so easy. There was no worry in giving up meat at all. But it was dairy that took quite a while. And now we know it's because of the addictive quality of it. So yeah, that's my vegan journey. And after that, once I went vegan, like this thought of starting a restaurant or a cafe was always there. So then I moved down to Pune in 2016, and I ran Granny's Bowl. I dedicated to my grandmom. So, and we started the Granny's Bowl, and I had a lot of help from my friends. My aunt, especially, was an amazing cook. So I got a lot of inspiration from her as well. So yes, and Granny's Bowl was good. I mean, I ran it for about 4 years, but then it got a little difficult, and I used to do everything alone: the cooking, the cleaning, everything. So it was like a one person operation. So that got, I think I was very, I don't know, I wouldn't say controlling in my head, but it was like I wanted to make sure I cook the food and serve it to my customer. So my customers loved it, of course. I had a nice little family base of people who used to order regularly, but it's not practical to do this sort of thing, in the long term. So yeah, but it was a fabulous experience. I traveled all over India, held workshops, took part in exhibitions. So it was really nice. And yeah, and eventually I graduated into also consulting. So when if any restaurants or coffee chain or anyone needed help in veganizing their menus, I help, and I still help when. In fact, now I do it for free because I want. Because now I'm a vegan activist. I work for the Animal Save movement in India. So I've started a chapter here in Rishikesh as well. So first I was doing all this work in Pune, but now it's in Rishikesh. So even online, if anybody needs help adding a vegan menu to their existing menu, I'm very happy to help. Just DM me on Instagram, say hi on WhatsApp, and I'm happy to help. And it's so easy. It's not rocket science. That's what people don't understand. Like you've been eating vegan food since childhood. Like we had a talk recently, and I asked this group of students, like, have you all eaten vegan food ever? None of them raised their hands up. Only one person, because they didn't know that what they're eating every day, which is rice, roti, dal, chawal, all those things are vegan. Eating an apple, that's vegan. Eating fruits and vegetables, it's vegan. So we're just asking you to skip the dairy and the meat. From 2016 and until now, there's been a massive change in restaurants, options. The best part is the number of vegan products that are available in the market. So there's no excuse. Like you in India, we've got vegan, so many amazing vegan butters. We've got so many amazing mock meats. We've got so much of dairy alternatives, like from yogurt to everything. So there is absolutely no excuse at all, for saying, "Oh, I can't go vegan." If you try this butter from White Cup, it's amazing. It tastes exactly like yes. So it's fantastic. So many of these brands are doing fantastic work, so you don't really need to worry at all. And you're not going to feel deprived. Once you go vegan, you're definitely not going to be deprived. I'm a hardcore foodie, so I love food, and for me, it's very important that it tastes great. So a lot of us are very dependent on our taste buds, and we want to taste good stuff. So as a vegan, you can taste. In fact, I feel after going vegan, I've gotten more creative with recipes, and it's not like you're going to be deprived at all. You're actually introducing so many more vegetables. So you need to just think you're eliminating two things from your diet: dairy and meat, and you're actually going to introduce thousands of vegetables and nuts and seeds into your diet. So where's the deprivation? There's no deprivation at all. I used to make cheeses out of things like watermelon seeds and cashew sometimes, and so the sky's the limit. I mean, you can experiment, you can have a lot of fun actually. So I've been vegan for 8 years now, and I've had, like, I think I've got fantastic levels of energy. I was always energetic, but there was that certain sluggishness and a certain, you know, kind of weight around you. But now I'm still a little overweight because I love food. But in terms of energy levels, I don't think I'm short of it at all. Like, I can be like, go, 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 and take my break, but then again, go, go, go. So I think that's one of the big benefits. Another thing, like I was telling people, in 8 years, I don't think I've visited a doctor, like, medical doctor to get some kind of medication. I haven't really fallen sick. I don't remember the last time I fell sick, touch wood. So, I mean, I'm not saying that all vegans will experience that, but that's been my experience. You, so it's been great. I mean, I think just good food does make a difference. It's only when I've had a tummy upset or something that maybe I've had an issues, but otherwise, no issues at all. So, I really, really feel good after going vegan, and I genuinely mean. I'm not saying this just because I want people to go vegan, but it's exactly how I feel. I feel fantastic, eating fresh foods and fruits and vegetables and nuts, seeds, all those things. So, yeah, that's one big, big advantage. And I think it also helps you somehow be in alignment with nature. Somehow you feel connected with everything. once you go vegan. You can see beauty everywhere. You can see magic everywhere. So you know those are all good things. So why not go vegan? And I insist and I keep insisting that you're not going to feel deprived on this diet. A lot of people are scared because they think they're going to miss out on their taste buds so much. They're going to miss out on the foods that they love. But you can totally make replicas of the foods that you grew up with. Like if you grew up with a meat dish, you can replicate it. Use mushrooms, use jackfruit, use any of the multitude of mock meats that are available in the market. So there's no deprivation at all. You know, there's just innovation that's involved. That's it.
Yes, so
Yeah.
much innovation. Yeah, I agree. It's almost, I think you probably would agree, or I think you actually mentioned it already. It's become fun to be like experimenting in the kitchen and see what you see exactly like your old favorite foods from growing up, because both of us, especially Ajoy, but me too. I mean, we grew up non-veg also, so remembering things that you ate as a child, and now we have the tools. Even in India, we have the tools to recreate everything and still make it a much healthier version and just as tasty. So yeah, you're not eating rabbit food as a vegan. I think that's what, at least in the US, that's what they call it, rabbit food. But it's absolutely not. Especially India, when so
A lot of the dishes are just inherently vegan. So it's not difficult at all. And childhood memories are such an important part of, like, even when you grow up, you want to go back to making something that you ate as a child. So, you don't necessarily have to give up any of that. So, right from your ghee to your butter to cheese to everything, there are options available. So, you just switch, just change that to this. It's just a change of a product. That's it. And if you Google, you'll find a whole list of products available all over India. So, you're not really going to miss out on anything. So, yeah.
And inherently in the rural areas in India, I feel they may not realize it, but
Yes,
they are a lot more vegan than people in cities. They eat the greens off the earth, and there are a lot more
exactly.
wild crops that are eaten in rural areas. I mean, I know this from my own. I mean, I grew up in cities in Mumbai and Delhi, but I saw my
Yeah,
parents who grew up in a tiny little village. When we would be driving on the highway, they would stop the
yeah,
car and say, "Okay, we're picking up this stuff," and people would be
yeah,
shocked to see, they're just picking up some weeds
yes,
and bringing home and cooking
exactly.
something phenomenal and completely, now you would call it vegan, but basically
Yeah.
it's just greens that they just picked up.
A lot of the food that we call vegetarian is actually vegan. So, that's nothing. You're not going to have like a major switch. In fact, this is another thing that we keep telling people, that a lot of our ancestors and, people from the older generation used to eat such healthy food. They used to have millets. Like in my family, my grandmother used to give all her children lots of millets. Lots of vegetables used to be cooked every single day. Vegetables and, rice and curries and all those things. So we've actually made such a crazy change to our lifestyles now from what we used to eat. And it's totally unnecessary. It's great to adopt a lot of good culture from other countries, but choose what you adopt. So, if something will damage your health, don't adopt it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a very good point. Yeah, be very picky about. Yeah, I think that's a very good point you made. Be
Yeah.
very picky about what you want to
So
adopt.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's all a matter of using your own sense, your natural intuition, and then figuring out what's really good for your body. And your body will tell you. I mean, I'm sure you as a doctor, Dr. Jenny, will agree with this, that your body does send signals when you eat something that's not good for you. And when it's really good for you, you can feel the difference. You should feel energized after eating something, not sluggish and tired and all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to take a
Yeah,
nap after eating.
Yeah.
I think that's something we noticed,
Yeah.
how
We noticed that.
when we used to eat, even
yeah,
just vegetarian, not vegan, I've been vegan for 5 years now
5 years.
since Bian was born, and you for about 3 years.
oh,
But I was vegetarian for a long time before that, and I think the biggest change I noticed, more than going from non-veg to veg, was from veg to vegan, because of the, you're right, the energy level, and you don't feel like after you eat a big plate of vegetables and
Yeah,
grains and legumes, you feel good. You don't feel
exactly.
like you want to
There's no
go
food coma
lie
that
down and say,
happens,
oh, I
which is
can't
a
eat
good thing.
anything
Yeah,
anymore.
Like even with
yeah.
vegan food, I mean, you can eat
Yeah,
unhealthy. So, you
Um,
know, I think that's been a learning process for me. Like,
Processed food,
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess,
like
right?
because it's vegan doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah,
it's always good. If it's junk, if it's deep fried or something like that,
correct.
obviously it's not
Yeah,
exactly.
good for you. So,
yeah,
so within the vegan
yeah, yeah,
framework,
yeah.
So along those lines, one of my favorite questions to ask is, what is your cheat food?
yeah,
Like, if you eat mostly healthy plant-based diet, whole food plant-based diet, but if we always say,
yeah,
of course, you shouldn't deny yourself of something. You know, you should always allow yourself to have a couple cheat days, or what did some
yeah.
another
Relax
person,
this.
a relaxed day, not a cheat day, because you shouldn't call it cheating. What would you
Uh,
choose as your favorite?
with cheat days, I guess French fries is something I really love. Unfortunately, but
I
oh,
think that's yours, right?
That's mine too.
Yeah, that's her.
Fried potatoes and then
Vada
either
pav, vada pav, or
vada pav or
yeah, I
French
love
fries.
French
Yeah,
fries. But
they're
other
basically
than that,
fried
like I think
potatoes.
most of the food that you get is even if it's quite healthy. Even over here, there's some amazing cafes here in Rishikesh, and all of the meals are so well prepared and like so like they're not soaked in oil and things like that. So it's very easy to eat delicious food even when you go out and healthy. So I don't think I'm eating too much of unhealthy stuff. In fact, I at home also now I've started having buckwheat and uh, like I feel like me personally I don't like enjoy eating rice and wheat too much. It doesn't seem to suit me much. But I like having things like buckwheat and ragi and corn as rotis or things like that. So
Mm,
I'm happy with
yeah, mixed with.
You're so lucky in India.
yeah,
So many different
yeah,
choices for all the grains that are
yes,
here. All the grains and
yes. I love the Indian grains. I think they taste so good. It's not just about health. Like ragi and buckwheat taste fantastic according to me.
And different. Every
Yeah,
one of them is
very
got a
nice, nutty,
different flavor. Yeah,
wonderful flavor. And you can do so many things. I mean, you can make right from a gnocchi with it to a pasta. So, you know, there's everything that you can do. So, you can make rotis, everything with that. So, it's very versatile as well. So,
yeah, and gives the opportunity for people to try
yeah.
out
Yes.
old dishes in new ways. So it's not just non-veg or meat or dairy versus vegan. Even if they go home and eat meat, I mean, if for that moment they try, so like for example, at our place, she makes
Okay.
what's that chicken choila, which is like the Nepali Assamese dish, and people that
Yeah.
come here are hardcore chicken eaters. They love chicken. They probably go home next day and have chicken, but they have when they come here, they get to eat a very
Yeah.
different chicken choila than what they have probably used to eating. So increases the repertoire,
Exactly.
increases the exposure to vegan food. So hopefully they'll
Yeah.
try it more often than not. They're not going
Yeah.
to be like, oh my god, vegan, oh I don't want it, it's too healthy and stuff like that, because
Exactly.
it tastes
So, for
exceedingly good.
example, like I used to love making biryani when I was running Granny's Bowl. And one of the most fun things to do is to give non-vegans a biryani and just and not tell them that it's vegan or anything. Fine.
yeah,
So you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
tell them,
yeah.
exactly
okay,
like
just
you.
eat
We
this.
do
Like
that.
this is biryani.
Yes.
And when you get an honest reaction from that, then that's when you know that it's all mental conditioning. So, because like people used to eat the biryani and they used to be like, what? There's no meat in this. So I used to use this product called Good Dot. So that really has this very strong meaty taste. It has even has a springy feel to it. So
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
That's
once we even
yeah, yeah,
carried
yeah.
out an experiment like this at a wedding. This was somewhere down south. The wedding
Hmm.
was filled, like the food court part of it was filled with all meat stalls. I don't know what kind of meats they were, but every kind that meat that you could imagine was there.
Hmm.
And we had a table, and we had
Hmm.
kept some vegan sausages. We had some vegan fish, So I made the fish like, the rava fry style kind of fish. Yeah, so made that and we had some curries as
Oh,
well.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And we didn't put any kind of vegan messaging, nothing. We were just standing there like we're standing like the other guys and dishing out
Yeah,
food. So everyone was just
yeah,
lapping
yeah.
it up. They were eating the sausages, eating the fish one after the other and everything. After they ate,
Uh-huh.
we told them, "Do you know what you ate was vegan?" So they were completely blown away. They were like, "What?" So that's
Yeah.
that's exactly what we want to drive
Wow.
home. That you're not
Fantastic.
going to find, especially if you don't
Yeah.
come with the mindset, "Oh my God, vegan, so it's going to be awful." If you get rid of that and like with an open
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah.
Yeah.
try vegan fare.
Yeah.
See, like I currently don't
That's
necessarily
huge.
need any kind of mock meat or
Some.
even dairy alternatives. I'm happy eating whatever's available most of the time. Sometimes
Mm.
I feel like a cheese or something, vegan cheese and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but everyone's needs are
Yeah.
different. Your taste buds are different. So if you feel like having mock meats,
Mm-hmm.
everything is
Mm-hmm.
available. Especially all the major metros have it. In fact, even I would say
Yeah.
even in villages there are
Yeah.
alternatives. There's mushrooms available. There's yams
Mm-hmm.
available. There's so much, and soy
Yeah.
nuggets and soy mince is
True.
available practically all over India, everywhere. So you can
Yeah, they're
be
Everywhere.
everywhere.
completely
Everywhere.
versatile and experiment with those.
Yeah.
So you can make fantastic stuff. And in fact,
Mm.
if people want inspiration recipes and all that, they can
Yeah.
always get in touch, and I'm very happy to share.
Great.
Thank
Great. Yeah.
you.
I mean, do tell people about your Instagram handle and all.
And
But
what we can
yeah,
include it in the
we'll
description.
also include it in the description. So at this point, we should end this part, and we'll continue on in the next part. But in the meanwhile, our listeners can go to our website circeehealth.com/podcast and browse through other podcasts that might interest them, or on their own app, whatever app they use, Apple Podcast or Spotify or whatever they use, they can certainly search for other topics that we've talked about.
In case you are just so excited for the next one that you can barely contain yourselves and you miss the sound of our voices, they'll always be there for you on circeehealth.com/podcast. Did we mention that?